This time with audio. My goodness. Thank you so much, Melissa, for noticing that my audio wasn't working. Oh my goodness, right? All right. Well, learn something new every day. There's a little bar with green lines that wiggles when you can actually hear me, and I just didn't peek at it today. So my apologies. Let's do take two. Today is day 5 of the Fitting in the Fitness Challenge, and I'm just having one of those days where I'm like, I didn't set an alarm for myself because I don't normally go live on a Friday. I usually do Tuesday, Thursdays. So all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, it's 11:51. I was supposed to go live 20 minutes ago. Today is the day when I do a little bit more of the behind the scenes work, preparing things for next week. And my husband is home on these days. So this is when I do a little bit of switch off, and dad has some special time with the kids. And mom gets some time alone in her room with baby to get some work done. So let's dive into it. Today I'm talking about fitting in fitness. Will you involve the kids or not? We talked earlier this week about like your style. I'm more introverted and I do like to get up early in the morning. Like, I'm not a morning person, but I choose to get up an hour earlier, which means I got to go to bed a little bit earlier too. But I like it because I found, when it comes to sleep versus quiet, which one do I value more? And I love peace and quiet. So the idea of fitting in the kids with my fitness, I had to think about it. And here's what happened. So a couple weeks ago, I decided that, and it was still like cold outside. It wasn't really nice walking weather, which I've been doing a lot more walks lately. It's working really well for me. Um, so I decided to fit in the middle of the day, just like not getting up early, not staying up late, just fitting in one burst of 5-minute workout, just something high intensity to get my heart rate up. And dancing was suggested to me. My sister-in-law sent me a video of just like something off YouTube, a fun, family friendly YouTuber kind of dancey techno beat. And I'm just gonna make sure I don't accidentally flash you all on the screen here because she's popping off. Okay, so I'm gonna do this video, and I thought, oh, this is great. I'll do it with the kids. I'll just pop it in the morning. Yeah, thanks. They hear my voice too, and I know it's working now. So, I just was like, I'm gonna do this workout with the kids. What a great way to fit in fitness. I can model to the kids, working out with them. Like in my head, it all made sense. It was a good flexible fit for me, and I didn't have to do it every day. I was just like, if I just fit this in twice a week to start, and then build up from there and make it more part of, like, brushing your teeth becomes a routine. I don't have to tell myself or set alarms to brush my teeth. Then it can become more consistent. And I was focusing on consistency, like I talked about yesterday. And I just set a small goal to build consistency first. But then something happened. I started to feel all these feelings that I did not expect. I honestly, when it came down to it, and I was maybe an hour out from actually doing this quick little workout, and I knew as soon as the kids heard that techno beat coming from the living room, it was like moths to the flame, and they love it. They love bouncing around. We have spontaneous dance parties after supper a couple times a week. I've got a really fun speaker someone gave me as a mom present for baby number 11. My friend Raquel gave it to me, and it like lights up with the beats. It's super fun. So even my 2-year-old will come downstairs after supper and be like, dance party, dance party. We'll put on some feel good, clean lyric music, sometimes some praise and worship stuff. So, but I don't participate with that. Typically, it's like a great, awesome. You guys can keep you busy for 20 minutes, get out the last year wiggles and then bedtime, you know. So I was gonna dance with this little 5-minute burst, and I suddenly felt super self-conscious. I didn't expect, and I felt all like the emotions, the body feelings. Like, I felt, for me, like I felt sick, felt hot, I felt flushed cheeks. I was just like, what is happening? Why? I didn't expect to feel this way. I was like, she's gonna dance with the kids, whatever. But here's what had changed. My kids weren't all so little anymore. When they were really little, like 8 and under, all of them. Hey, honey, I'm talking to my friends right now. Would you go see dad? He'll help you.
I'm not having a problem.
Okay, sure, just why don't you hang it on my bed and I'll talk to you after. Okay. So, yeah, they weren't all so little anymore. Yeah, my little 5-year-old just wandered in here to talk to me, and I'm nursing my baby. I'll like look like whatever pretty much for them, like, within reason. But I have teens now. I have young adults in the house, and I knew they were going to show up. And here's the thing. Some of my kids are naturally very sporty, and they don't get it from me. That's how God wired them. And they exert themselves, they run around, they like to do chin-ups. We got a chin-up bar in the living room. And suddenly I realized that they were going to see how out of shape mom was. And it just hit me, self-consciousness. And I was like, whew, this would be a good opportunity for me to process this because I was feeling it. And I was like, it was so intense that I almost bailed. I almost bailed. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll just go for a walk. But I was like, no, there's something here. And I think these uncomfortable feelings are actually an invitation from God to deal with something that's in my heart I didn't even know was there. Honestly, I had no idea until that moment, that moment of truth. So you may have heard me share that I have a little approach I call heart gardening. It's just a get alone with God. It's very quick. I could do it while I'm nursing the baby. And I just quieted my heart, even in that moment. Like I was just in the middle of my kitchen having this little mid-morning homeschool break. And I got curious and I just quietly was like, Lord, what is it? Like, something's there. What is it? And as soon as I just opened my heart, opened my mind, in his grace, he immediately showed me like just flashbacks to childhood, kids picking on me about my weight, just stuff that had nothing to do with my kids, my own stuff, just like painful wounds that had happened, my own body image stuff, even now, and just hurt feelings that I had felt before being the kid on the playground, growing up, going to Catholic school, being the loser, being left out, being looked at, being teased, being called names. I was like, whew, okay, wow, whoa, wow. There's another level of releasing that, of acknowledging that happened. That's part of my life story. I lived through that kind of bullying. And I choose now to release the shame of that and the names and the hurt into Lord's care and just give him, I feel some emotions right now. Give him my tears and my broken pieces and my little young Tara heart who felt so lonely and so picked on and so unseen. And I mean, even had some like parent stuff attached to it that they really didn't acknowledge or even know what to do with the kind of teasing and bullying. And it was merciless. There's nothing new under the sun. Bullying isn't a second millennium issue. So I got alone with the Lord. I got curious, and instead of just bailing and running and hoping that it would go away, but they say he said there's a name of a book. Feelings buried alive never die. Feelings buried alive never die. And my body wasn't lying to me. In fact, it was like the lights going off on the dash in the car. So all this is to say is that if you're thinking of involving your kids in some way, and it's easier said than done because you've got all these feelings coming up. It's not a logistics issue. It's in you. It might be something in your heart, something in your past. It has nothing to do with your children. Then I'd encourage you to grab my heart gardening free guide that I have available in my Big Family Moms group. I'll link it below in the video after because I don't think I had it in advance. I just want to make sure that you have access to that. I shared it earlier this week, but again, if things come up unexpectedly, even for me, right? This is just a gentle exercise I've done many times, but when it came to involving the kids, something came up, and rather than running from it, I brought it to God. And it was timing that he was like, yeah, I'm going to show you something that I want you to bring to me again. And just let yourself feel your feelings, let yourself cry, let yourself give a hug to that little younger you, and then move on. So I did. I did this in the course of, instead of reheating my cup of coffee mid-morning, I spent like 4 minutes with the Lord, breathe through it, took some deep breaths to like tell my body, calm down, you're safe, it's okay, God is with you, and released something that was in me and choking life out of me and making it harder for me to be with my children, to fit in fitness, and to model them that you can start over afresh even if in your 40s and you're feeling kind of fat today. It's okay. Every day is a new day. And he wasn't the one shaming me. He was not the one being like, why haven't you got your act together? Your kids are going to see how flabby your arms are. He was not the one accusing me, right? There was voices from the past and I was doing it all to myself. And I also had the power to bring it to the Lord and get a new level of release. So I did then turn around. And as an act of almost like a defiance against the voice of the accuser, I chose then to go work out. Even though I was still feeling a little trembly and a little like weak on the inside, I went anyway. Kind of like you tear off the Band-Aid and you're like, I'm going to do it anyway. And I did. And as soon as the music started pumping, the kids came in the room. And the one kid in particular, my cool, awesome, amazing, super fit, like really the whole package 15-year-old son came in the room too because he loves working out. It's like he gets a kick out of it. He's like, Mom, I'm just going to go for a run, okay? He's like, he's telling me all the time how he's like at another kilometer to his, like, he's a really naturally sporty person. And I celebrate that in him. And rather than using that as a place of shame for me, I knew that he was standing behind me and he did the workout too. And I was in his like right at like my rear end, it was his view. But he wasn't looking at me, judging me. Instead, we had fun together. The kids, the younger kids, adored it and begged me to do it again. And so we did. We actually went for a double round. We did put on another video. And my older son and I ended up talking afterwards. And he surprised me. And he's like, that was pretty good, Mom. Like, I got my heart rate up there. That was really awesome. All my fears were unfounded. And even if they had come to pass, I did something good and I needed a moment to process it beforehand because there was something holding me back. So if that's resonating with you and you see, yeah, there's some stuff to clear out of the way. It's an invitation. It's an opportunity. And if you're not ready to go there, you're not ready to go there. It's okay too. But I want to give you, oh, baby girl, my heart gardening guide as a resource to you so that if you do want some help, you know that there's some stuff there, and involving the kids is you want to, but there's something holding you back. Then you can move past that. God is gracious. You can grow both in the grace and the skill to deal with some of the stuff that's in your heart holding you back from your goals, especially as we talk about fitting and fitness as a big family mom. So I'm going to pop out. I'm going to leave that link right after this. I'll make sure I link it so you can grab it real quick. You don't have to wait and touch base with me personally or anything. And also, quick reminder as we wrap up this week that at 1 o'clock, oh my goodness, that's coming up real soon, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I have a post, just a written post dropping in the group. It's going to help you apply this even further. So if you're not already in Big Family Moms, feel free to join. That's a community you think would be beneficial to you, help you get organized, get into routine, be more calm as a mom, and grow in the grace and skill that I know I never had because I was not prepared for motherhood. But now I have a heart to help other big family moms grow in that way and to have community, because sometimes we can feel lonely at the edges, not really seen or heard, and could really use some community and some feedback from other moms who are just a little further ahead on the road of life than us. So with that, I bless you this weekend to grow in God's grace and truth. Enjoy from All Americans, friends. I understand it's a long weekend for you, so I pray that you would have a really good time with your family. If you're going to fit in some fitness, great, but I'll be back on Monday. I'm going to go live again next week, 5 times in a row at 11:30-ish Eastern Standard Time. We're going to do week 2, and this time we're going to take all the groundwork we did this week and put it into practice next week. Just take it a step further, one step at a time, to help fit in fitness in a way that really works for you as a big family mom. So I'll talk to you later. Take care.